Peace, love, eternity here. So today I'm actually going to be talking about yourself. Of course, the topic is always yourself, but also the story you tell yourself. So let's start this off by, asking you, who are you? How did you answer that question? You say, oh, I am, for example, me, Arturo, or I am this body, or I am whatever. Most likely the answer to that you gave me to that question is incorrect. You are not your body. You say, this is my body. So who's mine? You don't say, am arm, this is your arm, but whose arm is it? Yeah, sure, Arturo is my name, but who is my? So of course, the true, answer to that question is that you are a divine spiritual being having a temporary human experience. This has been brought up through metaphysics, quantum physics. You can go read up on it. Anybody who has truly done their research on the subject of themselves can find that that is the true answer. There's many different levels to it. You could just go down the rabbit hole, but we're gonna keep it pretty simple. And so that's who you are. But a lot of times we have stories that we tell ourselves. So every human being is a storyteller. Everyone is a storyteller. Everyone, if you're like, oh, what happened to your arm? Oh, this scar, I got it from this and that. Everybody has a story for everything. Oh, you don't like Chinese food? No, it's because this one time, this and this and this and that, and they have a story. So when you tell a story, it's like dropping a little seed into your brain. The more you water it, the more it grows. How do you water your ideas? By giving them attention. So the more attention that you give an idea, the more it will grow. It doesn't matter if it's a negative or positive idea, it'll grow. Because where energy flows, matter grows. Your energy turns into matter. So the way it works, let me see if I can get this right. So your thoughts become into emotions. That emotion is energy in motion. So those emotions turn into energy, and then it becomes into matter. And that's how it works. If you look up any of really successful people and how they did it, they will all tell you that it was all thinking about it. You can read books such as Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill books. They will all explain how if the mind can't perceive it, your heart believe it, you can achieve it. So if you can think it, you can feel it, you can act it. And once you do those three things, you change your personality and everything else changes. So pay attention to the stories you tell yourself. What stories do you tell yourself? If something keeps happening to you and you're like, why? Well, try to see how you react to that happening to you every time. Like, your boyfriend's always cheat on you. Maybe that's a story you tell everyone when you're not with someone, when you're single and you're going around and like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? No, honestly, this and that. Relationships don't really work out for me, and they'll always get cheated on. If you're always telling that story, that's what you're attracting. That's what you're bringing into your life, because you're speaking it. You're casting spells. You're spelling. So every time you talk about anything, talk about what you want. It's kind of like a fake it till you make it type of thing. I've been on this journey for a year. It's officially been a year that I have not worked for any major corporation. Instead of remaining a slave to the system and working a 9 to 5 like every other, everyone else does, there's nothing wrong with that. I just personally got tired of it. And so I started telling myself the story that I'm never gonna work for anyone again, at least any major corporation. So for the past year, I have had 3 or 4 jobs where I worked hand to hand with the business owner. with the CEO of the company. I saw where my money was going to, all the value that I was putting out, whether it was washing dogs, cleaning carpets, doing deliveries, truck driving. I was working with the business owners. And so it's been officially a year, and I just plan to keep on going. And I plan on keeping that story on Keon, because that story benefits me. It's a positive story that I, back in 2019, told myself, never again am I working for anyone else. From this point on, I'm going to be working with business owners so that I can learn the way a business owner thinks and become a business owner. And surely enough, right now, a year later, I am a business owner. I am the business owner of Peace Love Eternity, which is just myself. It's a business of spiritual advisory and wellness coach. So people come to me when they need wellness tips, so just to be healthy, not really to be fit or all chiseled and buff, just to have a healthy lifestyle. And also when people feel like they're lost, when people don't know where they're headed, where they're going, what they're gonna do, how to go upon their next move in life, when people are just lost and they need someone to talk to. Think about it like this: if you're in a city that you've never been and you're looking for a specific restaurant or a specific store and you don't know where it is, you're completely lost. You just ask for help. You ask, can you guide me? Can you show me the way of how to get here? And guess what? That's my job. My job is to talk to you and show you how to get there. So pay attention, guys, to the stories you tell yourself. Those stories you are feeding. Those stories are those seeds. Everything you say is a little seed that you drop, not into your head, but into other people's heads. You drop that seed, and every time you bring it up, every time you talk about it, you just, you water it, and it grows. And so pay attention to what you're growing. Pay attention to what you want to grow. And now, instead of being on autopilot and just talking out of your butt and, just going on with whatever simple talks, talking about the news, talking about whatever's happening in the world, talk about what you want to happen. Manifest your reality by just talking about it, by implanting those ideas, by simply, this is what I am, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and this is how I'm gonna do it. And just spread that story. And the more, you water that seed, the more it will grow. And eventually, once you change with it, because the more you water it, the more real it's gonna seem to you, and the more that, you're gonna manifest it. So you have to change your personality. And your personality is a combination of the way you think, the way you act, and the way you feel. So if you think, oh, I'm so depressed, why am I always so sad? Why do I always feel like this? And then you act depressed, you're cutting yourself, whatever, and you feel depressed, you're gonna keep experiencing that. It's an endless cycle that goes on and on and on, because you think it, you feel it, you act it. You think it, you feel it, you act it. And this keeps going and going and going and going and going, and it never ends. Until you decide, that's enough. I'm done. I'm tired of feeling this way. What if you acted happy? Even though if you're not happy, just act happy. Put on a smile, and then just go out there. And then something eventually has to happen that'll make you happy. Boom, now you're in the emotions of being happy. Keep that emotion, keep feeling that emotion. You like that emotion, you can keep it. And then just think happy thoughts. If someone cuts you off, instead of cussing at them, be like, all right, I hope you make it home safely driving like that. Just think happy thoughts. And guess what? You'll be a happy person. How do you expect to do anything with a mentality that just will not serve you? Let's say you want to make an abundance of money. Ask the question, how do I make an above average paycheck? And the answer to that question is by being an above average person. Once you become an above average person, you develop an above average smile, and you develop an above average personality with an above average handshake and an above average mentality. You will create that above average abundance in your life. It all has to connect. You have to see the dots connect, but you can never see the dots connect in front of you. You could just look back and look at them connect. And going forward, you could create the dots where you want to go. So guys, once again, I know I sound like a broken record. Observe yourself. Observe the way you think, the way you act, and the way you feel. Once you observe them, change them to what you want. What do you want from life? And then once you change them, all you have to do is keep playing the game. Know that you have placed your order with the universe and it is headed towards you. A woman does not get pregnant and have a baby 2 days later. A woman gets pregnant and has the baby 9 months later. It's a process, it's life, it's the universe. So once you place your order, keep it. Keep those same thoughts, those same actions, those same feelings, and you will change your reality. I was a bum, a literal bum, and that my mom hated me, and that I hated my mom, and that I had all these beliefs that didn't serve me, and that I had anger issues, and I was abusive due to past relationships, and those are all stories on autopilot. It wasn't until I told myself, no, I am not that person. I am who I choose to be right now in this present moment. And since then, my life has changed. I'm no longer a bum. I've had 2 different houses where I was there myself, where I wasn't living with my parents. Now I'm living with my significant other, and we live a happy, abundant life. And it's beautiful, and it's all because I changed my mentality. But guess what? It's a never-ending process that you have to keep going at it. Every single day that you're alive, you have to observe your thoughts, feelings, and actions, and correct yourself every time they're not aligned with where you want to go. So guys, what story do you tell yourself? And then just know that it's not true, that it's just a story. That if it's not right in front of you, if it's not here right now, it's not true. You could go outside and touch my car, and that's real, because you could touch it. You could go touch a tree, that's real, because you could touch it, it's there. The stories you have inside your head that you tell yourself over and over are no longer here. You are the ones who choose to keep, putting energy into them and making them grow. But if you have plants and weeds, they'll grow equally until you take out the weeds. So take out those weeds of those negative stories that no longer serve you. Maybe they did serve you at a certain point in time to get stronger, to get better, but now it's time to pull them out. Guys, what stories do you tell yourself? I cannot implement this enough to be aware of the stories you tell yourself, because those stories are what are holding you back from living the life you want to live, from feeling abundance, from feeling love, from feeling anything that you want to experience. So tell yourself the story that you want to tell yourself. Don't be a product of your environment any longer. This is your life. Take control right now. Peace, love, eternity, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys all very much. Much love. Namaste.